Hi. Okay, so I wanted to do an update. It's been obviously a bit of a time, although some people only update every few months, or when there's possibly a change in their language studies. There has been some changes in mine, so it is due. I am due for an update. Yeah. Basically, I kind of switched languages. I was studying Korean, and I decided to switch to Chinese. And usually there's like a big reason why people, big reason. There's maybe they kind of fall out of love or lose passion, or there's a life change for switching languages, or maybe they get wanderlust. I don't know. In my case, I decided that I wanted to take an online class, and I went looking for online classes, and I couldn't find anything for Korean except for the absolute beginner class. But in Chinese, well, I could find the absolute beginner class in Chinese. I am absolute beginner, so it fits. It's perfect. And I guess, was feeling a little lonely, being studying by myself all the time, and I miss a good classroom experience. I'm hoping that this will turn out good. Well, it's kind of mixed. I'm taking the class with, I think, the Glendale Community College, and the teacher is, she's really old. We're doing it online, which is, of course, the only reason why I'm able to take the class. Um, I don't live in Glendale. I don't live very close to Glendale. I suppose, in theory, the class starts at 7 p.m. In theory, I could drive there after work if I left right away. Barely make it. That's how far away I live from Glendale. But on the internet, it's so easy. And I have no idea how she's going to be doing testing, but I don't think I have to go in person. So that's pretty cool. We use Zoom to do the class. There's about 10 of us in the class. We only meet once a week. We're supposed to meet twice a week, but she set up to meet once a week instead, so that she can have Chinese second semester technically in the same class. They meet on Wednesdays, we meet on Mondays, and we get half the classroom time, but she says we do have the same amount of work. Um, I don't know how true that is. I guess the Korean class I took previously, they went half speed, so they met twice a week. Yeah, so whatever speech it goes at, I probably really can't complain. And I'm enjoying the class so far. She's not so good with technology, but she's really experienced as a Chinese teacher, as a language teacher, and so I really like that about her. Of course, experience is good. And the other students are interesting as well, just like they always are whenever you take a foreign language class. People choose a language. Usually it doesn't choose them, usually, so that makes it more interesting. The students are, I guess, the girls, I was a little surprised, are choosing Chinese. Some of them are, because of Chinese dramas they watch. They enjoy them and they want to learn the language. I don't know if they want to watch it without subtitles, how far they plan to go. I think a lot of the students are taking this for the language requirement for college. I guess I'm not sure how many semesters you need, but there's some older learners, like around my age, with basically people with kids, and they're taking it because they want their kids to learn Chinese, and they don't want to be completely lost when the kids go to learn Chinese in school and they come home, they talk, have homework or whatever. So that's kind of cool. The way that she does the class, we use Zoom. She has a we. I didn't purchase a book, actually. I just downloaded a PDF file. Um, it's You can find it pirate it for free on the internet. So she had us do that. um, and she the way we conduct class basically is we use this PDF file on her screen, and we just go through the book together, and then we go off into pairs to practice dialogues. At least that's what we did last week. And the first time it didn't work because my partner had technical difficulties. Their mic was terrible. They had no video camera, and then they just lost connection altogether. The second time it worked just fine. The other student had a good mic and connection. We did everything fine, and so it was very normal. So when the technology works, then clearly the Zoom solution works just fine, I think, for a classroom. Although in person would be best. That's the whole reason why I like to go to classes, is to meet with people. But yeah, with the COVID situation, I really don't want to get COVID. Some people are really lucky. They actually don't get symptoms. I don't know what would happen if I got it. And I would hate to die. I don't think I would die. That would mean like I really lost the lottery. But regardless, I am concerned about COVID. I signed up for the class in early August, like basically when like August 1st about. And I got really excited, about starting a new language, a whole new thing, and went on, researched what to study. Got my Anki deck, spoon-fed Chinese. Brushed off my Pleco app, which I had purchased previously because I've been interested in Chinese. I just never moved forward with it since Japanese was my focus completely. I would get a little interested in other stuff, but then come right back to Japanese. And studying compared to studying Korean, I feel like studying vocabulary for Chinese is a lot more like Japanese since it has the Hanzi. And it has the Chinese characters to go with it. And I'm trying to make my flashcards as easy as possible. And I currently have the set up so you see the Hanzi and the Pinyin. And Pinyin is obviously Roman alphabet. I'm really used to hiragana now to the Japanese alphabet, hiragana. So it's not much of a problem, but still, the Roman alphabet, I think, will always be my fastest. So I can zip through that. That's great. And I look forward to reading ebooks when they, with like ebooks, so computerized, with all Pinyin over the Hanzi. That will be, as a beginner, that should be great stuff. The reading comprehension should be pretty high, I think. So, and the speed should be felt. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to see how that goes. And of course, I'm wondering, having kind of those crutches, having the Hanzi and the Pinyin at the same time, will that benefit my Chinese? Will I learn it faster? Will it go slower? I don't know. I will also say this, that I've started studying the grammar using the Chinese wiki. You can purchase it. I think it's probably available for free somewhere, but I purchased it and I'm reading it. The grammar looks so easy. There's no conjugations. There's like grammar words per se, like, and they're separate Hanzi. So they're not like, it's not like a conjugated, like a verb. You change the ending or you spell it differently. You just kind of tack on a different word to the sentence to change so it really feels like you're not learning grammar. You're just learning more vocabulary. It really has that feeling. And that's so nice. Of course, I am still a beginner, haven't gotten too far, but I totally get the feeling that I could jump into some native text material with just a really good dictionary like Pleco, or I'm going to look for some browser dictionaries and go at it and probably do at least as well as I can do in Korean now, having studied it for, I don't know how I would, it's hard to count my time spent on Korean. I would say about a year. And yeah, it's like 1 month. So Chinese is going well. I'm watching some dramas, Chinese dramas on Netflix. And there's I kind of knew about it already, but Matt did a video showing how to use study or mind sentences with pictures, audio from Netflix. So I have that, I'm not sure what it's called, but the add-on that lets you see the dual subtitles. I can see the Hanzi simplified and the English, and there's Pinyin too. It's so nice on top of the Hanzi. And of course, if I just watch the movie full speed, then for most sentences, I'm reading the English and then just kind of really skimming. But the Hanzi, I'm not pausing it to really analyze it. But I'm getting a lot of these characters are repeating, and I'm pretty good because thanks to Japanese, I'm pretty good at spotting and recognizing Chinese characters, even though they're different. They're simplified. Some of them are the same. Most are not. Most are not the same. But just my brain's used to it. So I'm finding that really helpful having that, and I'm very excited. And I like watching the dramas. I would say the quality. I like the genre because they make a lot of fantasy movies. It seems like China likes fantasy, just like I like fantasy. But the quality of the movies is not up to like Korean level or American levels, but I'm okay with that. Mostly, it would be nice to have a really high quality production, but it's okay. It's still good, and I'm enjoying that. I was so happy to switch to Chinese from Korean because with Korean, I don't have a proper dictionary app on my phone, and that just drove me nuts. Or for anything. Link, Korean dictionary in Link drove me nuts too. Looking up all those words using the user dictionary and then linking to Naver. Naver is good, but it's just getting there was so slow with the Link interface. And I felt like I'm not studying Korean. I am really helping to update the Korean dictionary in Link so that someday it will be better by copying Naver definitions into it, copy and paste. But I just the other day, before I did this video, I found a pop-up dictionary add-on for Naver, and I got that going, and that is so nice. It works really well. It conjugates verbs, adjectives. If I knew about this add-on before I started in the summer, maybe I wouldn't have switched to Chinese because I would, especially if I just found it. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of like I want to just switch back to Korean. So I got into that and I just started reading some articles, online, and I got back into Harry Potter. Having that add-on handy makes the whole reading process more fluid and faster, and it feels like I'm in control again, which is obviously where I want to feel, as opposed to being like, why am I studying this language? The tools are not there. If I switch to a different language where they have proper dictionaries, then I would be doing much better. So that eliminates that, and I really want to get back to Korean. I'm going to, moving forward, because I'm pretty excited about that, I'm going to try to study both languages at the same time. I've never, I haven't say never, I haven't successfully done that, at least felt successfully, since college when I was studying German, French, and Spanish kind of together, switching back and forth. Like if I take a course in French or a course in Spanish, obviously that would be focus, or German. But I was since then I haven't multitasked my languages since college successfully. I kind of gave up and went back mostly in this recently for the past 10 years. That would be Japanese. Whenever I wandered, I came right back to Japanese because I found that Japanese hogged all my attention. I'm hoping I can do it. I feel like if you are a polyglot, I know that if you switch languages, it doesn't all go away. They're still there. They fall asleep. They get dormant. You get rusty. You definitely get rusty, but it's not gone. You can bring it back. Of course, how well will it be when you get it back? I don't know. I've been really impressed with German. How well I remember German, having ignored it for a number of years. It's still, a lot of it's still there. And in terms of listening practice, it's still there. I feel like the speaking practice, if I went to Germany, it would come back pretty quick. Not that I was ever really fluent, but it would get back to its previous level pretty quick. Yeah, I'm not going to Germany, unfortunately, though. At least no plans. I guess there's not much with me doing Korean and Chinese. There's really not much place for German. I might squeeze in some YouTube videos. I'm not going to make another video of me speaking it because I haven't put in the time to bring it to make an improvement. That video was still interesting for me to make, and it's it would be a good measuring stick if I do get back into studying German. Or even just watching YouTube videos consistently. I'm not sure how much I'm going to update going forward. I'm more interested in studying than making YouTube videos. And of course, I'm really just a blog type person. I'm not a YouTuber. But I do like making videos sometimes. So we'll see. And I guess I would like to update how the Chinese course goes. We've had 2 classes so far, and we had a holiday, so I missed a whole week due to that because I'm once a week anyway. Feel gypped. I'm curious how that class will go, and so that would be interesting to update on. And of course, I am curious as to how much the Korean dictionary, Naver, pop-up dictionary, will affect my studies. So I kind of want to talk about that too. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Any comments would be great. I love comments, and I'll see you in the next one.